Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bilco. This is their part number RPRS480. RPRS480. This is a lifting mechanism that is used in roof hatches and likely an unknown list of other products. And what I mean unknown, I only mean that the manufacturer does not publish up front a bill of materials for all of their units. So where is a 480 used? Well, we don't know exactly because they don't publish that list. Obviously, a larger unit is going to carry a 480-pound rated spring. So be mindful that if you're looking at this, you have probably an awfully large roof hatch. And if you have a standard 3630, this would not be the hatch I'm sure that you would need. So this video is to serve as visual evidence of this item, some dimensional evidence as well. Now, this spring is new in about, came out in about May of 2020, and it is a replacement, a direct replacement, an absolute total equal compatible replacement for the prior version of the RPRS 480, which the part number is not changed, but it featured nylon tubes. Apparently, they were having some problems with the bottom of this material breaking. Even though they used that design for 2 decades, in 2020, they decided to go to a steel tube. It is a yellow chromate. I would call this a zinc dichromate steel tube. And is equal in every regard. So where are you going to use this? Not sure. This video will help serve as visual and dimensional evidence to help you determine if this is correct. But we don't want any guesswork, nor do you, nor does the factory. So the way to eliminate guesswork if you're trying to determine not only what is the lifting mechanism, but the latch, lock body, the hold open arm, the gasketing, the hinge, everything about the unit, there hopefully, but not always, is a serial number on the sidewall. If you contact us with that, we can contact the factory and they will tell us how that unit was built in terms of a bill of materials for that serial number, eliminating the guesswork so that you know that you get the right lifting mechanism. Because this unit is new, there's not going to be a lot of people seeing this video trying to replace this likely for years, because this is the first video I've made of this item. But I'm going to give you the dimensional properties. The outside dimension of the upper or top tube is 2.256. 2.256. The lower tube .997. 1.997 here. Now the length of the item, let's just say the overall length, it's about 13.5, as you can see. Center of the mounting point down to the center of where the lower tube will fit into the sidewall boot. Looks like it's probably going to be about 13-inch or maybe just shy on that. The reason we don't know the true length of this is because they ship this pre-compressed. This unit is under substantial spring tension right now. They have driven this cotter pin and holding it in with this zip tie. The reason is because they do not have a compression tool anymore anyway. If you were to get this item in pieces, you'd have to fit it, and then you'd have to have some way of compressing a 480-pound rated spring. So they don't do that. So when you're replacing it, what you're doing is you're removing the existing, you're lifting the lid to the point where you can attach the mounting points, and once you've got that thoroughly secure and the roof hatch is under control, you will then cut the tie and pull the pin, and that will release the spring tension. That's how you install these, okay? Now, this tube is going to include the bottom boot, which is here. And again, I understand that this bottom connection is what was creating the problem with those existing nylon black tubes. This aluminum, I'm going to point that the other way. Overall width, about 2 11/16. Overall height, about 1 7/8 inches. overall projection, about 2 1/8. It's going to include 2 brackets, one of each hand, for mounting on the upper lid, on the lid, okay? And these brackets are obviously going to bolt through here. The 2 brackets on either side will bolt. And then these units, the brackets will be bolted to the underside of the lid. Speaking of those bolts, here they are. You'll get 1 hex cap screw, and that will be for your mounting brackets to the lid and the yoke up here. You'll get the 4 screws that you need for mounting those brackets to the lid. Okay. Then you're going to get 2 nuts and 2 bolts, and that's going to be for that sidewall bottom boot. That'll go here. Okay. That's your installation on this. Now let's switch to the screen view and take a look at any supporting documentation that we have on this unit. Okay, so the extended description we have here, bolt drawings, that's handy to see if you wanted to see what was included. It's just published documentation, so we figured why not add it. Installation instructions are here, and these will come in your package, or usually do, but it basically says, you know, remove the old, bolt the new, and then pull the pin at the very end. But detailed, albeit out-of-date installation instructions are here because they show the spring compression tool, which they no longer offer. Okay. But this document will allow you to see exactly what orientation the brackets are supposed to be in. You can see what direction they point. You'll see your bottom boot, what that's supposed to look like when you get it installed onto the sidewall. So very handy in the sense that it shows you what I guess we could call the line, and that's how that bottom part breaks. But they're showing a spring that's compressed here, or at least has the zip tie. Okay, so I'm not sure why they're showing you how to compress it when it already comes compressed. Something tells me that this is not exactly compressed because that lid should not be at 90+ degrees when that unit is under compression. It won't be, in fact, because you have your hold open arm that would be engaged on the side, so it's never going to be quite like that. Anyway, this document is handy. It allows you to review all of that information. So someone will call and say, well, what's the length of the lifting mechanism? We don't know, again, because we get them only when they're compressed in that pre-compressed sort of fashion. The link here to the manufacturer's page, that's going to allow you to review not only all of the Bilco products that we sell, but also a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the product catalog. And of course, what Bilco sells are roof hatches, and they sell vault doors, and they sell water and load rated units that you'll see in parking lots, etc. So if you're looking for roof hatches or any of that sort of material, access hatch, this would be where you would start. I'm very grateful to Bilco because they help solve the problems. They will get you ultimately the information that you need to be able to continue to get useful service out of the significant investment in a roof hatch. There is a manufacturer that I won't name who refuses to participate in providing that information because they only want to sell complete roof hatches. And I can tell you that company policy does not sit well with certain customers who will react by removing their name from the specification when it comes to building new mega stores for a national chain of retailer. So Bilco's got the right attitude when it comes to helping you keep that unit working and working safely. And I thank them for all of their help. Okay. Floor access doors, very common. We sell these all the time. Let's wrap up this video on camera. In conclusion, when it comes to your roof hatch or your vault door or your floor access door, don't guess with the material. All of that has been engineered to work compatibly with each other. If you can't get the serial number because it's not there, and Bilco will be the first to admit they're not always there because there was a time when they didn't use those, take photographs. So 3 things. Take photographs, number 1. Number 2, get the dimension, width and depth. Well, actually, depth and then width. Number 3, tell us what the lid is made of. Is it steel or is it aluminum? What is that made of? Because the spring you'd use on a steel lid is different than the spring you'd use on an aluminum lid. Not only in what it's rated because the weight is different, but you wouldn't use a steel-based spring like that one on a non-ferrous type of installation. So those 3 things. What is it made of? What size is it? And photographs so that we can look at it. And you send that all to us, and we'll be happy to go to work on that for you. If you have any questions on the revamped RPRS480 steel tube Bilco lifting mechanism or any other Bilco product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.